asphalt residue in the load line. Then, set the mode selection switch to tank circulate. Top loading is a similar process. Again, do the pre-operations checklist and move the trailer to your storage tank or transfer vehicle. Check for condensation or water in the tank and remove it before loading. Start by carrying the loading hose to the top of the tank and opening the top cover. Clean the strainer in the top opening cover. Lay the end of the hose in the strainer and start the pump on the storage tank or transfer vehicle. Fill until the tank is 80 to 90% full. Then reverse the storage tank pump to draw the excess material out of the loading hose. Remove the hose from the top opening and close the cover. Remove the hose from the storage tank and stow it. Beware of hot asphalt left in the load line. Set the in-cab controller mode selection switch to tank circulate. Then start the engine and engage the rear pump control to forward. We recommend that you operate in tank circulating mode when material in the tank is being heated and when the tank is being transported. To do that, set the RMT controller mode selection switch to tank circulate. Engage rear pump control to forward. Adjust engine speed control until the in-cab controller LED screen reads 60 to 75 GPM. Now we're ready to begin heating the material inside the tank. There are different starting procedures for the different burners provided with the RMT. Follow your operations manual for detailed instructions. No matter the type of burner, there are several precautions you must follow. There must be at least 8 inches of material covering the flue tubes inside the tank before the burners are lit. Be sure there is no water in the tank or the asphalt circuit. Start and run the engine at low speed. Do not load, unload, transport, or spray while the burners are operating. When the material is warm enough to flow, set the RMT in-cab controller mode selection switch to tank circulate. Engage the rear pump control to forward and adjust the engine speed control until the in-cab controller LED screen reads 60 to 75 GPM. Spraybar Circulate mode moves hot asphalt through the spray bar, heating the spray bar and nozzles before spraying. First, make sure the spray bar master switch is in the bar circulate position. Turn the mode selection switch to Spraybar Circulate mode. Open the left side and right side manual bar valves located here at the rear of the unit. Engage the rear pump control to the forward position and adjust the engine speed until the LED screen reads 60 to 100 GPM. It's important to run at least 5 minutes at these settings before spraying. This ensures the spray bar, nozzles, and other components have warmed up. Check your operations manual to be sure the material is warm enough to prevent it from setting up in the spray bar. Do not smoke during this or any other procedure with the RMT. Raise or lower the spray bar using the spray bar lift. The electric spray bar lift has switches located on the in-cab controller or on the lift mechanism here at the rear of the unit. If the RMT was equipped with the manual spray bar lift, the hand crank would be located in this same location above the spray bar. You may also need to manually raise or lower the spray bar wings to set up the desired spray width. Set the support chains to support the spray bar at its working height, usually between 9 and 11 inches above the road surface. Before spraying, clear the area of bystanders. Align the unit with the area to be sprayed. The rear wheels should be even with the stopping point of the last shot. Don't let the rear wheels get into fresh oil. Proceed toward the area to be sprayed. As the spray bar crosses the starting point, turn the spray bar master switch to spray. The valves for each nozzle will open and spraying will begin. When the spraying run is finished, turn the spray bar master switch to bar circulate. The nozzle valves will close and spraying will stop. Leave the mode selection switch in the spray or spray bar circulate position and the spray bar master switch on bar circulate if you want to keep the spray bar components hot. If spraying is completed, proceed to the reverse suction and cleanout procedures. Now we're ready to end our spraying job. The reverse suction procedure is an important part at the end of every day. Skipping this process will allow the asphalt to set up in the circulating system, and you won't be able to spray the next time you use the RMT. To begin reverse suction, position the spray bar parallel to the ground and lift the wing folds. Turn the in-cab controller mode selection switch to reverse suction and the spray bar master switch to bar circulate. Engage the rear pump direction control valve to reverse. Set pump speed at 100 to 125 GPM. Make sure the right hand and left hand bar valves are in the open position. With the wings folded up, turn the spray bar master switch to spray for 2 to 5 seconds, and then turn the spray bar master switch back to bar circulate. Repeat turning the spray bar master switch to spray and back to bar circulate. If you have used the handspray wand, open the handspray valve on the pump and open the combination grip and spray valve. Keep them open from 30 seconds to a minute. Close the combination grip and spray valve. When you've completed the reverse suction procedure, turn the mode selection switch to cleanout. This will shut the rear tank valve, preventing material from getting back into the system. Do not turn off the pump before changing the mode selection switch to cleanout. Move the pump direction control valve to the center or neutral position. Cleanout must be performed at the end of every day or more often, depending on the weather conditions and type of material being used. It prevents the circulating system from setting up. Before beginning the cleanout procedure, be sure you have carefully followed the instructions for completing the reverse suction procedure. Again, by turning the in-cab controller mode switch to cleanout and the spray bar master switch to bar circulate. Make sure your mode selection switch is in cleanout. Now, check the level of solution in the solvent tank. Lower the spray bar wings. Close the right rear bar valve located here at the rear of the unit and open the left bar valve located here, also at the rear of the unit. Set the pump direction control valve to forward and set engine speed to provide approximately 60 to 70 GPM. Open the vent valve to make sure there is suction. Then close the vent valve. Open the solvent valve located here on the load line. Now, manually open the far left side spray nozzle valve. Watch for material to appear. Then close the valve and move to the far right side spray nozzle valve. Watch for material to appear. When material appears, close the valve and close the solvent valve on the load line. If you used the handspray wand, open the handspray valve. Then open and close the combination grip and spray handle until a small amount of solvent comes out of the wand. This on and off action will allow the air to come out of the hose and liquefy any asphalt left in the wand. Close the handspray valve when you're done. Open the solvent circulate valve. Run for at least 2 minutes to circulate solvent through the system. When you have completed the cleanout procedure, set the pump direction control valve to neutral to stop the pump. Switch the mode selection to off. Shut off system master switch and turn off the ignition switch to stop the engine. Leave the machine in the off mode overnight when it is not in use for a period of time or when it is in storage. At the beginning of the next working day, after you have started the engine, turn the mode selection switch to cleanout. Set the pump direction control to forward and run the pump at a setting of 60 to 75 GPM. Run at least 2 minutes. To remove solvent from the system, close the solvent circulate valve. and open the vent valve on the load line. Place a suitable container under the far right side spray bar valves. Open the spray bar nozzle valve. After the solvent has been removed, move the pump control lever to neutral. Close the spray bar nozzle valve and vent valve on the load line. You have now completed the clean-out process. Even with all the flexibility of the Rosco RMT, there's going to be some instances when you'll need an extra hand spraying asphalt. That's when you need the Handspray Mode. There are two options for using the Handspray wand. The first is Unload Handspray, where all material must go out through the Handspray wand. The second option is Tank Circulate Handspray, where some material will go back to the tank. The asphalt pump will have to be run at a higher GPM to get pressure to the wand if the Tank Circulate Handspray setting is used. Start by making sure the right hand and left hand bar valves are in the closed position. Set the in-cab controller mode selection to Tank Circulate Handspray or Handspray Unload. Always wear protective clothing, gloves, and a face shield when spraying by hand. And as always, do not smoke. Be sure the area is clear of bystanders. Remove the spray wand and hose from its storage position. Check to be sure the combination grip spray valve is in the off position. Move pump control lever to forward. You may find later that pump speed needs to be adjusted to a different pressure. Now, turn on the manual hand spray valve. Hold the spray wand firmly by the hand grips. Point the wand to the area you want covered. Turn on the combination grip and spray valve on the wand. Use long, sweeping arcs to evenly distribute the asphalt. When you are done spraying, set the pump direction control lever to neutral. Set the mode selection switch to reverse suction. Move the pump direction control lever to reverse and set the engine speed until the screen reads approximately 100 GPM. Open the combination grip and spray valve on the spray wand and draw the excess asphalt from the spray wand and hose. Then, draw some cleanout solution into the hose to clean the pump and to prevent material from setting up in the hose during storage. Close the combination grip and spray valve and manual hand spray valve. Place the wand back in its storage position and set the in-cab controller mode selection switch to off. Return the pump control lever to neutral. There are times when you may use the RMT to transfer asphalt from one tank to another. Let's review this procedure. The temperature of the material in the external tanks should be hot enough to be transferred without setting up in the lines or pump. If necessary, properly heat the material before starting. The material you are transferring must be compatible with material in the tank you are transferring to. Do not transfer if the materials are not compatible. Protective clothing is recommended for this procedure. Be sure to wear gloves and a face shield. Do not smoke during this or any other procedure with the RMT. When the material is ready, make sure the manual transfer valve located here is closed. Also, make sure the left and right bar valves are closed. Switch the in-cab controller mode selector to transfer. The pump direction control lever should be set to forward. Slowly open the small vent valve to the left of the load line coupler to relieve the vacuum in the line. If no relief is heard, do not remove the caps. Check that the pump is turning in the forward direction and that the vent valve is open. Be careful to not spill hot asphalt on yourself. Some residue may be in the line. Connect the load hose to the load line and to the tank that material is being drawn from. Caution, do not open valves on the tank yet. Close the vent valve before transferring material. Remove the cap from the transfer line. Install the load hose to the tank that material is to be transferred to. Be sure the latches lock the coupler